question? Yes, my good man. Let me guess. Believe it! You see this guy? He's the coolest Naruto ever. A little taller than Ed, but... I'm sorry, Zachary, what was your question? Can I do the voice of Ed?
Aww.
Good. You got any money? I'm sorry. Well, you can probably hear Ed a lot in my own speaking, especially when I get excited. When I'm talking normally, I'm down here. But when I get excited, I kind of talk like this a little bit, you know? And, you know, Ed's just a little younger and a little more spastic than me. But, what if I said to you, here, turn sideways, pretend Ed's standing right there, and what if I said, this is all my fault now. So I'll do whatever it takes to get your body back. How's that? I don't know Ikaku's Lucky Dance. I'm a loser. With a capital Z in the middle. You know what? A lot of you have probably heard this story before. I made it up in the studio at the moment, and we recorded it once, maybe twice, and then it was gone. And so I never memorized it. I didn't spend a lot of time practicing and all that. So I don't know it. In fact, what's funny is most people know it better than I do. And I have called people on stage on occasion and go, okay, you do the Lucky Dance. So, yes. You know what, if I would ask you please for your grace in this situation. We've kind of decided we don't want to do the voices for Oran until it comes out. No, think about it for a minute. I mean, you want to see it with the character. You know, right now I could maybe do a line as Ed, and you guys, yeah, I see Ed, I hear Ed. Well, that's because you watched the show. But you haven't seen the English version of Oran yet. And I think you're going to be very pleased. All of the cast is amazing. I mean, Caitlin she did an awesome job, both directing, casting, and playing Haruhi. She's amazing. And I want to tell you guys something. I know that you know Caitlin Glass as Winry from Full Metal, but let me tell you something. She don't sound like no Winry, all right? A lot of you know Haruhi is supposedly easily mistaken for like a boy, you know, like a tomboy, kind of that rougher, darker kind of a tone. And a lot of people think of Caitlin as Winry, and they're like, oh my gosh, I just can't see that. That's horrible. No, she's an actress, and she does a completely different voice for Haruhi. And I can promise you guys, you're going to be very pleased. Okay? So I would like to hold off until after the show has come out a little bit. Because you know what, you guys, in a lot of situations, it's not really even about changing your voice. Because we're not like impressionists, you know what I mean? We're actors. And like we don't always sound really different from role to role, but it's the character that's different. You know what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm saying? There are similarities between different roles that you play. Caitlin and I were talking about Tamaki, and we were talking about how he's very much of an amalgam of different characters that I've played. Like, he's got that romantic side, like Dark does, but then he has the very intellectual, well-educated side, like Fi, but then he spazzes out like Ed. So it's kind of a blend, and it's not that he's supposed to sound, you don't want to change your voice just to sound different. You don't want to do that, you know? You want to play the character honestly. That's the most important thing. And the example that I like to use is pick one of your favorite Hollywood movie actors. You see them in tons of roles, in tons of movies, playing tons of different characters, but they always sound the same, right? It's always their voice, but they're just playing a different character. So, apart from roles that require you to do some real dorky voice, the goal is not to change your voice and make it funny or weird or anything. The goal is just to play the character honestly. Can we close the door, please? Can we close the door, you guys? Thanks. It's just a lot of a lot of noise comes in from out there, and I just want everybody to be able to hear okay in here. Okay, yes ma'am. Her friend's like, your arms. Yes? Do I what? Do I know the caramel dance? You're scaring me right now. I don't know the caramel dance. No, I don't know the caramel dance. So, why would I know the caramel dance? She says it to me like, what? You've never heard of France? I mean, I don't know what the caramel dance is. I'm sorry. Oh, with this? Okay. Okay, there. Yes, I know the caramel dance.
Okay, I heard you trying to get to the voice of Orochimaru. Please just do one line.
Well, the Orochimaru story is basically that I had been contacted about the possibility of auditioning for this particular role that was coming up in Naruto, and so I did the audition, and I sent it in, and the directors that were working on the show liked what I did very much, but they don't make the ultimate decision, as is the case with a lot of big shows. Fullmetal, Bleach, Ouran, Naruto, big shows, the Japanese company that owns the show makes those decisions. So the studios basically collect auditions, and they say, we recommend this person, and this is our second choice, or we'd like to use this person, and this is our second and third choice. And the Japanese company makes the choice. So they chose my dear friend Steve Bloom, who I love dearly. He and I are very close, and if there's anybody on the planet that I would prefer to play a role instead of me, it would be Steve. But it was very much, I mean, you know, it was my Orochimaru, I think, you know, he was kind of snaky. He was, you know, let's see. I'm trying to think of what one of the lines from the, okay, here's, I even remember some of the lines from the audition, which is really pathetic. Let's see. Here we go. I see you already possess the scroll of the heavens. I suppose you'd like to possess my earth scroll as well. Go ahead. Take it from me. I dare you. Oh well. That happens. Yes, in the back.
Yeah, does Barry Manilow know you raid his wardrobe?
I don't know. Would Barry wear this? And that's an excellent Breakfast Club reference too, by the way. I love it. Good call. Good call, my friend. Yes?
Do you know anything about certain alien frogs by any chance?
Yeah, let me tell you, I'll tell you what I know about Sergeant Frog, Gerono Gonzo. ADV had a license to that show. Yep, you heard me. They had the license. But a lot of things have changed. I was very excited about playing Keroro. He was a lot of fun. He was not, there was a character, remember how we were talking a minute ago about using wacky voices? That was a fun character. And I even I played him with a, I don't know if I should even tell you this. I probably shouldn't even be talking about this. I'm probably going to get in trouble. But I even played him with a little bit of a lateral lisp. You know, like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. Not a lot, but it made him kind of nerdy, because if you know anything about the show, he's a nerd. He's like a geek, and he's like this unwitting head of these frogs, but he's like, he loves his Gundam models, and you know, and raiding toy stores, and he's a really cute character. So I had given him this funny little lateral lisp because it made him seem like kind of a dork. But then some things changed. ADV no longer has the license, and it has been picked up, and we'll just have to see.